All right, everyone, here we are with another video with the Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. And all I ask for in return is for you guys to smash that like button. And if it's your first time here, do not forget to hit that subscribe button and click on that notification bell so you don't miss a single video and you're up to date on our chart analysis here with 42 Vision and what's going on in the charts based off what I see, right? Just my perspective, my opinions alone, not financial advice. So Muln stock, Mullen Automotive Inc. is sitting sideways right now in a very pivotal area above $1, right? We've talked about how important that support is. It hit recent lows here of 90 cents and it bounced back up above $1 and it's fighting to stay above it. Today, we're going to talk about some key data points here and what the whales are doing, right? We've talked about this before, but this article is very important and I want every single investor and viewer to be aware of it. But before we break it all down, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunities I mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home runs of the day were spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market and receive this edging clarity over the charts with 42 Vision, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. And by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors all looking to learn and grow together. So these are the three stocks I mentioned this morning. Every single one of them gave jumps of 5 to 10%, 10% plus, but two of them turned out to be home runs. And here are their charts. So PGEN, we caught it in the pre-market, pulling downwards, going into strength towards the bell, under a bull indicator, and continuation after the bell, giving a highest point of possibility and full strength on 42 Vision of 20% plus. And then we caught MTEK, going into strength, slight pullback, continuation into the bell, even after the bell, and it reached a highest point of possibility of 30% plus, guys. If you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. So here we are with Muln stock, Mullen Automotive Inc. And as I stated earlier in the video, trying to consolidate and hold itself up above $1. It hit a dip area here. It was actually the third time in 1 week that it hit the dip area, bounced back up on Friday, and today it's sitting sideways, fighting to stay above $1. I'm going to pull up the bull and bear indicators, which you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 Vision indicator, getting connected to our SPY bot, our QQQ bot, our newly released Tesla bot, and we have other bots on the way so that you can receive the clarity and edge that you deserve within the volatility of the markets to maximize on opportunities. And you can now join the members using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with Muln stock under a bear indicator, right? Went ahead, got that bull indicator on Friday, going into strength. And in the previous videos and even the video I made yesterday, I talked about how I was going to watch if this bull indicator gets canceled out by a bear indicator or if it was going to continue to break above those highs there of 110 and going up towards the 120s. It's going to be very, very important moving forward to see if there's going to be any actual strength here within the charts. But right now, this bear indicator is holding it down and not allowing it to get back up to 106 and the 110s. Now we're going to look at the bigger picture and what's going on within the volatility on the 15-minute, but let's look at these different articles together. So the first thing is, check out what the whales are doing in Muln. We talked about this in previous videos, and it shows here the strike price and also the expiration dates of the options that the whales are positioning themselves into, right? It also shows here the total trade price, but this does not guarantee that the stock is going to go in that direction. This just shows us the sentiment and what these whales are betting on. Now, every single one of them seem to be bullish. Even this one that says bearish seems to be bullish because even though this one is a put, it's a short-term one, and all the calls, even this one's a call, and it's almost the same size as this one that's bullish on 10/21/22 on the same strike price, are all going in the same direction around the same time. These could be hedges though, right? You always want to keep that in mind, how others are probably hedging or shorts, hedging against their short positions, or this could be actual real bulls, right? We just know that they're whales because of their position sizing and the bets that they're placing and around these dates. So super important to keep that in mind. Now on the chart, you could see that things have been pulling downwards on the 30-minute for several days. And if I pull up the 4-hour, same thing here. Things have been falling since way back here on the 23rd and 24th, which is when the announcement of the CEO and the 8K filing came out at the same time, talking about the possibility of offerings and voting for that. And some of the comments I've received from viewers is that it's possibly going to happen in July, the voting, right? But also in the process, after getting added on to the Russell and the NASDAQ and so forth, it's been affecting the share price because there's been dilution happening, right? Or it's being approved that it could happen, and that's what is being priced in right now, okay? Super important to realize how all of that's affecting the chart. And then the dates were getting closer and closer to the end of Q2. No announcement of the Fortune 500 company. Still no update for Mullen stock. And the stock is still in a position of weakness due to the fact, in the bigger picture, that the CEO stated that there was a date, that it was coming. And then they stated that they had orders on July 2nd. The CEO stated they had orders that were received for vans from a major Fortune 500 company. And in early June, he promised that by June 30th, they were going to disclose the identity of the Fortune 500 customer. Right now, this is all speculation. This is all hype. And we do not know if it's a Fortune 500 company or not. And we don't know if this is true or not. But the fact that some orders have happened, and even though the CEO has not disclosed it, and the stock keeps falling back down, as long as it stays above $1, I think there's some strength here. My personal opinion, as always, not financial advice, and my perspective. And if that news does come out and it turns out to be a Fortune 500 company, I think that's going to be a huge catalyst going forward for the company in the long term. Now, even those whales positioning believe that from here to October and even towards January of 2023, there is some type of strength to be seen in the options flow, the options chain, and in the charts, because they're going for strikes above $1 so far, right? Most of them. So here we are, still no Fortune 500 company information, but the stock is still falling even after the CEO and the company has announced that they eliminated 17.5 million in company debt, okay? That's one of the main things that the CEO has been focusing on and wants every single stockholder and investor to pay attention to, right? That they're in their best position ever when it comes to their balance sheet, which is good right now in the short term, especially if they could start producing and moving forward with growth. If not, they'll burn through it, and this is all irrelevant. And a lot of investors right now, you could see the sentiment in the bigger picture, not just on the 4-hour, but also on the 1 day. The sentiment that the news was not given out. Look, right there on the 29th of June, that bear indicator popped up, and that's when the weakness actually started to go in more aggressively. There was a press release coming out, and the CEO did not talk anything about the Fortune 500 company that they've been discussing and promising to disclose in the near future. And here we are in the future, and now all they're pointing towards is the fact that they have a lot of cash on hand. They're in their best position ever for the balance sheet, yet they want to try and dilute sometime in the future. So that's going to be very interesting. They brought that up in the CEO's letter that he released on the 23rd and 24th, which is what I was talking about earlier in the chart. As you could see here on the 30-minute, when things started to kind of consolidate and pull downwards. And then on the 29th, it's when things started to pull back significantly back down to $1. So super important how all of these different actual press release and situations and variables have affected the stock overall. Now, here we are with it stating that Mullen certainly has some bullish catalysts on the horizon that could help make this a speculative long-term play on the EV sector, okay? Now, the reason why they're stating this is because of the fact that Mullen is set for a strikingly different US tour that will showcase its Mullen 5 vehicle across 19 cities. The Mullen 5 is set to be ready for sales by 2024 and 2025. And they go ahead and compare it to Lucid. They talk a little bit about Tesla here and their batteries and so forth. And the fact that Mullen has recently reported a strong financial position with more than 61 million in cash equivalents on their balance sheet. There you go. They're pointing that out again. That's what the CEO has been talking about. So the future is looking bright, as hope could say, you know, as you would call it, hopium. But you want to keep in mind that this is a penny stock right now. They have no product. And yes, while they're being aggressive and they want to have that Mullen 5 set and ready to sell in 2024, 2025. But if that falls short, that's going to affect the stock big time. Even if it falls short by a few months, a few years, we'll have to see. All of this right now is speculation. What we do know is that everyone wants to know who the Fortune 500 company is for Muln stock. And then you also have the CEO still talking about this entity, yet not disclosing it and stating that they bought some vans right now recently on July 2nd, that they received those orders, right? So super important to realize that while this is all in the speculation and hype right now, if the CEO is not bluffing, these prices are just becoming cheaper and cheaper, right? So the support that I'm watching is $1. If it falls below that, it'll be 90 cents, and then we'll have to look at other levels. We are under a bear indicator right now on the 30-minute, and to the upside, I want to see this break above 110 and then back above 128, 130 range. I'm going to be watching if a bull indicator pops up here on the 30-minute, and on the 15-minute, we are under a bull indicator again, even within the volatility, guys. So yes, bull indicator on Friday pushed upwards, bear indicator today in the pre-market, and right now, as long as it stays above $1, it is under a bull indicator on the 15-minute, and I'm going to be watching 42 vision. If this 15-minute bull indicator can roll back in to the 30-minute, cancel out this bear indicator, and continue back up to the upside and breaking through key resistance levels. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.